everybody. Good morning or good evening or good afternoon, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Easter! Welcome to the Hazel stream. I'm sporting incongruent shades of pink today because it's a pink and purple kind of holiday. I have a kitty cat. Kitty, would you like to have any words for your people? You want a chance on the mic? Careful. Well said. Appreciate it. Alright. I have breakfast. I have a fresh storm up. It is in the Azure span. Every morning I start stream now and I play the Where's the Storm game. And the storm's in the Azure span. But we also have hunts in Feldrazzis, so we can get a little more progress on Disgruntled Hunter. I want to do this first though before I forget, because while Azure span storms are kind of passe at this point, I don't have the thunderstorm or the firestorm one yet because I only just started this achievement, so we may as well find ourselves a group and see if we can multitask some oatmeal and coffee consumption. Custom, find a group. Who's doing the Azure span storm? I want to be in a party of 5 or less, so if it's full, yeah, here, meet me into this one. I have some idea of what they mean. Happy Zombie Day. Thanks, Jeff. Hi, Hazel. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. I hope your lives are filled with benevolent bunnies that bring you chocolates and other sweets of your desires. Do I want to tag these ones? Yeah, I don't see why not. We got our fruit medley and seeds. I'm out of fresh raspberries. That is the fickle nature of fresh fruit, is that when you eat it all, it's gone. And if you don't eat it all, it'll fade into, you know, rot and entropy. So I'm out of raspberries. But the blueberries are frozen, which means that they're eternal. I think I've had that same bag of frozen blueberries in my freezer for an embarrassing amount of time. But, like, they still work. They taste exactly the same every time I have them, so I'm choosing to be not concerned about it. Mine's just filled with rage over cankers and plunderstorm. What is the difference between a lich and a zombie? I think that, if you're a lich, some of your cousins grow on trees. I'm gonna eat. Correct time zone. Oh, did it line up again? Happy Egg Bun Bun Day to people who do that. Elite preset looks so pretty mixed with the Kyrian set PC. Yeah, those Kyrian ones are like such a good time investment because they go with so many different things. How are we doing? Oh, I should probably be tracking this particular achievement so I can see how close we are. Although, I'm much more relaxed about it now. Chasing storms in the Azure span, thunderstorms. Yeah, we're 23 months in. It'll take a little bit. Unlike zombies, which are often depicted as mindless, liches are sapient revenants, retaining their previous intelligence and magical abilities. Liches are often depicted as holding power over lesser mindless undead soldiers and spirits. I actually am not familiar with a lich that has a phylactery in any other media than WoW. Like, I know about some of them in WoW. You've got KT, obviously. You've got Homeboy in Stratholme, or not Stratholme, Skullman's. And then there's the one in that I quest against in Western Plaguefall. But I'm sure that, like, you know, WoW has invented basically nothing. So I'm sure that they exist in other media. I just don't know if I've ever consumed any of it. Google food. Straw. CB, thank you for the 54-month resub. D&D liches have phylacteries. How often do you read stuff with glitches in them? I basically never cross paths with them. Yeah, no, that's my point. I don't think I'd ever seen any, because I haven't really consumed. I'm assuming there are books set in the D&D universe, but I don't think I've read them. I did start playing Baldur's Gate, but I didn't get super far in before I got distracted by other games. Are we doing this bowl? Yeah, I think we are. My D&D warlock carries around her patron's phylactery. Elder Scrolls, you could kill them by pickpocketing their phylacteries off of them. Oh, that's funny. Out of like vague, not wildly invested curiosity, are they doing another one? Skyrim came out a really long time ago. Or is Bethesda gonna like do it again? Because I feel like everybody would be very excited about it if there was a modern one. Voldemort, kind of a lich? I suppose. They're working on it. Currently they announced it, but it's years away. Because I remember when Skyrim came out, and I was like, either finishing high school or like very freshly out of it. And not to date myself, but that was a couple of minutes ago. 2026. Man, I wonder if it's gonna be one of those things where they've been working on it for so long that by the time it comes out, it's like already sort of dated. I guess it doesn't matter if it's good enough. If the core pieces are all there, it'll be fine. Skyrim was 2011. Good grief. Yeah, I would have been. I would have been freshly out of high school. How am I doing? 63 and 200. This is nice and chill. Part of me is a tiny bit tense because I want to make it back to Thaldraszus to go find the disgruntled hunters out there. There's only two of them. There's only two of them, but I wanna get those while the hunt is in Thaldraszus, and that's in the same hour as this. But I don't think it'll take very long. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's Bethesda. It's gonna be a buggy mess. It's their MO now. Yeah, I never modded too much, but the word that I heard from others around me was that the best way to play Skyrim was to install like a variety of mods, not to necessarily, you know, turn dragons into Thomas the Tank Engine or anything like that, but just to like add core functionality and UI improvements to the game. One of the hunters gets killed if you are not at the hunt very near the start. That's right. I read something about that. Okay. We might have to, it might get a little finicky then. Even if we do miss it this rotation, I'm sure there will still be time. I think I'm still going to be chasing storms for a lot longer than I'm going to be searching for disgruntled hunters. There's another thing that I managed to do off stream. Yesterday, just as the stream was ending, at noon my time, there was another Primalist Future. Not Primalist Future. We hate Primalist Future. Nobody likes those. There was another Time Rift coming up. And it had Horde and Alliance invaders. And I went and I found my last couple of weapons for lock and load, which means I got another mount. I got my Sand Skimmer. Just barely off stream, but I did finish it off stream because I saw the invasion up and I didn't know how long it would be until I found one of those on stream. Oh, hang on, I was going to show it up. Sand Skimmer. So we got closing time all done, because that was the last achievement that I needed for that particular section of it. Have you played WoW without add-ons? Not in a long time. I play WoW without add-ons on PTR. I wouldn't say famously, because I'm not... I don't think anybody cares but me. But I make a point to not install add-ons on PTR or on beta, unless there's something that I'm specifically trying to test about an add-on, which is almost never. So all my raid testing on PTR and stuff, that's all done without add-ons. And it goes a heck of a lot better nowadays that we have edit mode and I can make my UI look kind of the same as it does on live. The addition of edit mode at, what was it, like the beginning of Dragonflight? Life changing. I used to have to use like old-fashioned square bars that were just across the bottom of my screen that weren't lined up the way that I wanted to at all. Played Skyrim for 30 minutes, got bored, installed some mods. Poured again, quit. Turns out I really don't like open world RPGs. I think that I could really like it in a world where I don't have anything else to do. The one phase of my life that I got really into Elder Scrolls Oblivion, I had just moved and I had no internet for like 2 weeks, so I couldn't play WoW or any other online games that I might have been into. And I pretty much only had the one game on CDs available with my computer. And that was the most fun I've ever had with Oblivion, but it's because there was no other distractions available. There was nothing else that was competing for my attention. I think that's the only real scenario, and I don't know, I think I would be better prepared nowadays. Oh, my group is gone. That's right. Here, let's, I'm just kind of following around some other person. Takes this opportunity to eat a little more food. These groups are really active. And it's super nice. Oh, also, I want to do the rares because it's occurred to me, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to do the rares again. I have the rare killing achievement, but it's on my evoker, and I'm doing the storm chasing on my priest because I don't want to farm 3,200 mobs in old gear. I don't want to get our new gear. So, I think I need to kill 8 of these things again to re-earn that achievement because I'm pretty sure that the components for that achievement are not account-wide. It would be nice if they were, but I think that it will be not too bad. If I'm going to be spending this much time around storms, I'm sure we'll come across rares here and there as it goes. So many NPCs with so many voice lines in that game. Cash, as imaginative as I'm sure that game is, I don't think it's right for this particular setting. Did you watch or like the tourney yesterday? I saw a tiny bit of it like third hand. And I heard some stuff about it, but I didn't like sit down to properly watch it. The format confused me greatly. And the way that it ended kind of reinforced the fact that the format confused me greatly. But it seems like there was a lot of interest in it, which is really cool. It seems like a lot of people had a lot of fun and got very invested, you know. Good tips on how to quickly gear up and alt. Watch somebody watching someone watching the tourney. Kind of, yeah. Quickly gear up and alt. In this season, I've been replaying the Amir Drasil campaign, but we're so close to a new season. I imagine there's going to be some kind of a new catch-up, or at least an item level bump to gear from World Quests and weekly caches in Season 4. You'd hope that would be the case, otherwise how do people get started? Like my RPG is very linear. I think I liked RPGs more earlier in my PC gaming life, before I really discovered other styles of games. Because the role-playing element is not always, and the combat elements are not always like my favorite part of games. I think that they're like a lovely, you know, couple of colors in the tapestry. But my favorite games all have sort of, I don't know, like a crafting and economy, and like upgrade paths and tech trees and whatnot. Like a real clean RPG is just gonna feel a little old-fashioned to me now, I guess. I don't know. I'm a tree puncher fan. I want to go punch down some trees and build a little chest and then start putting all the little shells and rocks that I find on the beach there. There we go. Thunderstorms in the Azure Span. Nice. That was no trouble at all. Oh, hi, kitty. You want to send my life? Thanks, everybody. Let's go ahead and get. And then we can hearth back to Thaldraszus and we can go investigate the disgruntled hunter situation. Do you ever roleplay in an RPG or are you just playing yourself with another face? That's the one. Ding ding. You play Diablo 4? Not really. I don't think I ever bought it. I think I was too cheap to buy it. I played some Diablo 3. I did a few seasons of that. Nick Borough, thank you for the 41-month resub. Happy Easter if you celebrate. Thank you very much. Don't know anybody who actually plays a character. I bet you some people here do. Okay, so there's a disgruntled hunter. The northern one. Northern Feldrazz's hunt, southern disgruntled hunter in the highest ledge. That's where the hunt... No, that's the time rift. I might need to get, like, out into the zone to see where the next hunt is. Because the hunts, I'm pretty sure, are in... Yeah, they're in Feldrazz's for the next 40 minutes. We can work on this. Morning, Hazel. Morning, gents. Happy Easter. I hope your Sunday's going well. Oh, I slept in a little bit, but it's okay because yesterday me preset some oats for breakfast, so I didn't have to rush through food. Dragon, what now? Alright, that works for me. So I'm assuming that's not the one that dies, because he seems pretty safe. So what I think I should do is I should literally go to the spawn point of the other one, and I should just wait there and eat my breakfast. And that way, if and when the hunt rotates over to that location, I will be ready to... ready to click. How the heck did they get up there? Who's to say? I still play every D3 season. Season 31 is coming April 12th. They're still putting them out? I guess that makes sense, but holy moly. Northern one gets killed, but when I got there to finishing the southern one, there were no mobs anywhere near. That horn's always going to confuse me, but that's just the time rift. So the question is, where does he probably spawns on the ground level if he's going to be vulnerable to mobs, eh? Like here in the swamp? Diablo 3 almost 12 years old. Oh man. I remember just getting caught up in the ambient hype when Diablo 3 came out. I wasn't even like I'd never played Diablo 2. I wasn't a general what do you call those? ARPG gamer. But everybody was just like so jazzed about it that... Why did I get it? Did I get it as part of a sub promo? Or did I buy Diablo and I got something in WoW? There was a cross promotion. I ended up with Tyrael's Charger. Evidently, I can't aim Shadow Crush with one hand. You good, cat? You stable? That's pretty good. Something to do with if you buy Diablo 3, you got 12 months sub time. Thanks, Real Money Auction House. I remember discussing the Real Money Auction House with people that I worked with at the time. And they were telling me stories about people that they knew that were like quitting their jobs to like either flip things or sell things or grind or I don't know. People were really, really committed to playing D3 as a job with their Real Money Auction House. Tried getting into D2. At this stage of my life, I feel like I know my gaming plate well enough to know that if I'm only kind of on something, it's not worth me picking it up. Because I've got too many other things that I would rather be doing. And I no longer feel any kind of shame or I have no problem with just playing the same games over and over again forever. If that's what's relaxing, then by all means that's a very cheap and efficient way to do things. So I have a good library. I don't feel a need to keep growing it. So many games to play, so little time to play them. I have a big backlog right now. I started like a couple of good games too close to each other and then I kept getting distracted. Like I didn't quite finish Pal World, but I put a good amount of time into Pal World. I could consider that one in my brain like I mainly done. I would probably start fresh instead of continuing my old save file if I ever went back to Pal World. That one really happened fast. Burned hot and bright and short. And then I bought or was gifted Enshrouded around the same time, and I was really excited because a bunch of friends, we were all going to go in on like the same server, but the schedules didn't really line up, and I came late, and I didn't know what was going on, and I got really frustrated early, so I decided to just put it down for the time being, especially because I was so busy. I just dropped it until later. And I figure eventually that seems like totally up my alley. Like I think I'll really like Enshrouded, but I need to mess around with it sometime on my own to like learn how it works and what to do before other people get involved. And then I also need to have nothing else going on. So that one just got kind of eaten by the rest of my life. Saying our trio world is done. Big Bertha. I have a hard time going back to games after I've been out of them for longer than like a week. I could do it, I bet. I bet we could figure out where we were. Oh yeah, Plunderstorm Trios. I don't know if I have any reason to play Plunderstorm Trios. It might be kind of fun to play around with. Hi, kitty. But yeah, I started Baldur's Gate 3. But before that, I actually decided that for whatever forsaken reason, I decided that was the time for me to pick up Elden Ring and to start Elden Ring. And I was playing that around the same time as all this started going on. But then I got really into the current Hearthstone Battlegrounds patch. There's just not enough time. And it's not like I'm living a life of like working in the mines and then taking care of 7 children, 4 cats, and a budgie. I have some responsibilities and I do my best to keep up with them, but I have a reasonable amount of time for playing games. It's pretty good. And there was just no way. So Elden Ring got tabled, Pal World got tabled, Baldur's Gate got tabled. Enshrouded got tabled. WoW got put on life support for a while. I've just been doing the bare minimum for a hot minute. And then, and that was fine because it was between seasons. I just played a lot of Hearthstone Battlegrounds. And then Plunderstorm when that came out. And now I'm playing Stardew Valley. Huh. Was I supposed to get Jans to 40 renown in Plunderstorm? Maybe that's why we should play trios. Yeah, I'm actually playing Stardew Valley. I've started giving Harvey the pickles again. I'm enjoying the new patch. I think the patch changed enough things for me to feel good about going back in and starting fresh. I like the prize machine. It gave me, or no, the mystery boxes. Mystery boxes gave me some coffee, and I was starting to give that to Harvey because he does like coffee. Dude just likes coffee, wine, and pickles. And I can respect that. I'm not very far along. I'm still in spring. I'm like spring 21 of the first spring. I'm enjoying the, I'm savoring it. I just commissioned a barn to get built. Somebody have to ring the horn first. Where is he? It's right around. This is the location. Where is he? He is up. There we go. All done. So we have now done all the Thaldraszus and the Waking Shores ones. We need to find him twice in the Azure Span and then 3 times in the Narn Plains, and that achievement is all sorted. Is it sad to buy an Easter egg for myself? No. Do it. Treat yourself on my behalf. I want you to have one. Finish my Planetstorm rep. Feels superior to have a dragon riding mount that isn't a dragon. I've been enjoying it a lot. Didn't know you get pickles that early. You can make a, yeah, you can make a preserving jar pretty early, and then you can just start sticking your parsnips in there to make pickles. Coffee would be trickier, but also possible. Okay, so I'm done with, I now need a new job, aside from just drinking coffee. I can't go get up to put my dishes away. My cat's in my lap, and she's really cute. And she seems comfy. And she only gets so much mom time. Hi. Sweetie cat. Alright. Let's look at our achievements. The dragon quests are the thing that I'm saving for when I run out of other stuff to do, but I'm still waiting for storms because I'm assuming that the storm chasing is going to be my choke point. Because that seems to be the choke point for a lot of people. So, I'm saving that. These are cataloging and climbing world quests, and I'm pretty sure they have not respawned. There's that same cataloging quest that I've already done. Yeah, no, those have not respawned, so we're set there. For the moment. For Centaur of Attention, there's treasures, and then there's petting the dogs. I suppose I could try to start petting the dogs. Alright, babes, thanks for the 9-month resub. Happy Easter. Easter Bunny has left all the eggs at the store because he's not Santa Claus. He can't visit every house. Buy one, it's from the Easter Bunny. Bought Easter candy like 3 weeks ago. Farming Skullomance for stones? Now back to it. Good luck. This seems like the kind of thing I would need a bunch of TomTom points for. Maybe I'll work on that one after I finish the Onaran Plains, or pardon me, the hunts, because I don't want to clear off these points from my map, and I don't want to get confused and distracted with a bunch of other ones, and I'm not good enough at the add-on to like categorize them, so we're gonna leave that alone for the moment. For Flight Club, there's a lot of stuff for Flight Club. And then into the storm. Okay. So there's treasures. My evoker was collecting treasures. She was looking for treasure maps from the expedition packs in the dirt, and it was going pretty well yesterday. I think we got 3 of them in the course of less than an hour. That sounded right. Yeah, I heard one of the dogs needs a rotation. Let's see if we can clean up some of these treasure maps. Because we're waiting for another hour and a half. The next storm rotation won't be until 11. I guess in half an hour the hunts might move. So if the hunts move to a zone where I haven't found the hunters yet, we can go find more Hemet Nesingwaries. Disregard previous statements. I hope you have a ton of fun with it. Let's see. So yeah, I needed just 2 more treasures total. We'd found one at the very end of the stream previously, so we're really close to having the rest of the treasure achievements done. I just need to find 2 more sort of map items out of various, what is that, dirt? Out of various dirt piles and expedition packs and stuff. There is dirt in the sandbox. Oh dear. I have kind of a busy day today. I don't think we're doing anything like particularly Easter-like, but I'm gonna go visit some family with Moose. Moose is gonna have a big old social outing. I'm sure he's gonna be into everything. He might do better. He's getting older. He's developed a tiny bit more self-control. Whenever I've brought him over to my sister's place, my sister has a toddler, so there's like a lot of toys around, and Moose has historically had a hard time understanding what he is and is not allowed to pick up and play with, because there's also dog toys for him, but he'll try everything. And he loves to steal like socks or any loose pieces of clothing, to the point that he'll like disappear and like go root through people's bedrooms and then come back with loot that he has purloined from their laundry hampers. You really got Close some doors. He found a sock in a bush this morning. I don't know why it was there, but he we were walking and he dove nose first into a bush. And I'm always nervous when he does that because you know he's going to come out with something. And it's usually either something dead or like tissues or paper or napkins or, in this case, a sock. Wild that Nibbling's already a toddler. I know, right? It's crazy how fast time goes. As long as he isn't into pickles, wine, and coffee, yeah. Lines blur between toddler and puppy toys. There are some balls that are certainly shared. And my nephew's like learning about sharing. It's like, well, can you, Moose has that ball. Why don't you play with this one? And then of course Moose wants the one that my nephew has, and vice versa. But it's pretty cute. Moose likes him a lot. He's become comfortable with kids and babies. He wasn't sure about them at first because I think a lot of dogs are a bit uneasy around young kids at first, just because young kids sometimes can be like unpredictable, and dogs are just trying to figure out what's going on. But Moose has established that toddler good. Getting a puppy today. Excited to see her grow with our current dog. Oh, congratulations! That's so exciting. Do you know what kind of puppy? Ish, approximately. A coworker's dog managed to eat a pair of her pantyhose out of the clothes hamper. Oh man. A lot of humans too. This wee thing is making a lot of noise. Help. That's more or less me. I feel like I go into it with the best of intentions and just none of the instincts. Like, everybody else in my family seems to have like a real natural knack for tending to and interacting with babies and children. And whatever that gene is, it completely skipped me. You know, I love the kid, but we're gonna have to just bond on shared shyness, I think. Had company over. We're in the living room. My dog comes in with a pair of my undies he took from the laundry. Yeah, that's pretty rough. I feel you. I had something very similar happen to me once. Dislikes bread and cheese. Are you looking through Harvey's likes and dislikes in Stardew Valley? Oh man. Because I feel like for this playthrough, if my Stardew character is gonna marry somebody, it's got to be either Harvey, Sebastian, or Emily. There's got to be one of those three. I guess maybe Elliot, but I don't know. Dude keeps sniffing me. Yes, I am. Babies make eye contact with me and smile. I don't know what I'm doing. Come from a family of teachers. They're all fantastic with kids, but I speak to them like small adults. Yeah. I want dirt. There we go. Role-playing is Bardiclus in Stardew. I don't know what kind of partner Bardiclus would want. I haven't nailed down that part of his backstory yet. He might not want one. Not everybody does. I'm an Alex apologist. Oh yeah. Alex, I feel like I should give a chance to, because I'm sure like many of the Stardew characters, it can be very sweet once you get to know him. But the first thing that I remember him saying to my character is, "Hey farm girl, did you get new pants? You're doing something right." And I just like inverted, you know, my esophagus is on the outside now and I'm limping away. Also, this is a trap. We never try to get these dirt piles by the Zerlich Cavern's entrance. Must go. Have a great day with family. You too. Why not all? Have a little harm. Apparently, I've never, ever, ever done that in Stardew, but apparently you can. And then there's like a scene where they all find out about each other at the bar and they all get mad at you. But then I think you can just continue dating all of them. I've never asked Krobus the Ghost to move in with me. Maybe that's the move. Any luck with any maps? No maps? No. Okay. Alright. I wonder how much, I have 1,100 Dragonflight supplies. I think I'm gonna need a lot more of them because I finished Cobalt Assembly Rep on this character, which means that she needs to be the one to buy the Cobalt Assembly cosmetics. And she's broke. What am I supposed to do? World quests? Gross. You have me logging into Battlegrounds randomly and then remembering I'm bad at logging off. Oh no. Oh man, I'm sorry. I've been doing them intermittently, but these days I'm too scared to do them unless I'm like single tasking it and like focusing with all my might because I've tied up my self-worth with my rating again. It's a terrible idea. I think I'm about ready to put Hearthstone Battlegrounds down. Stardew is much kinder on my heart rate. After a loss or two. I just find it so fun. But I might have played about enough for the season. Even with the balance changes, I might have had enough for the moment. Besides, they'll put out a new season eventually and then we can start all over again. I need them to come out with duos. I want to play Hearthstone Battleground duos with Flabby. We already kind of do it where we'll have one person play a game and the other person can like watch the game in real time and we can like discuss various options with high amounts of mutual respect. Hi, Hazel. What add-on is this? What add-on is what? I'm sure I'm using add-ons. I have an add-on spreadsheet, but I don't know which one we're looking at. Oh, that's sweet, Phil. Feature was supposed to come out a long time ago. Not sure why I thought that. No, they said it was gonna come out early. Like they announced it at BlizzCon, and they were all like, "Woo, early 2024," and I thought they meant like January. My headcanon is that something went wrong in developing it, and that they were having some technical difficulties getting it online. But apparently they've had like a beta already where it was working all right. Maybe it's just not ready for scale. I can turn the minimap into a heart shape. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Yeah, we do. I'm gonna be almost a little bit sad when I'm done with all the treasure map farming. I was really bummed out when I first found out I was gonna have to do a bunch of it, but I've been kind of enjoying it. It's sort of relaxing. There's lots of treasures, which helps. I thought I was gonna be flying around entire zones finding like nothing, but there seems to be pretty often dirt piles around. All signs point to 2 weeks from Tuesday. I feel like that's gonna overlap with other stuff. I'm gonna be busy. I'm excited about the summertime. And I'm anxious about the summertime. And also just like the future, but I just want to get my life together so that I can find out if I can afford a house or not. Why anxious about summer? It's because if everything goes right, there's a not guaranteed chance, but there's a chance that I could be moving, which would be very exciting and also horrifying. And also, I just like summertime. The weather's beautiful. I might be able to like talk Moose into coming fishing with me. You know, some lovely hikes, day trips, that kind of thing. It's nice to get out. Summer nights, that kind of thing. When do you think Alpha comes out? It's a great question. I would say soon, but I don't know anything. Have to move in 2 months. It does feel horrifying. Oh, but I'm so excited for you. Moose can talk. Is Moose chill enough to take fishing yet? I don't know, man. I think you can take. It's probably like a baby steps thing. Like I don't think your first day you take him out fishing all day. I think he's chill enough to take with you for a while if one person like rotates fishing and hanging out with Moose. Because he's definitely calmed down some, but he's still a puppy. He's 10 months old. He's like a, you know, he's not a basset hound. He's not gonna just like lay down and take a nap in a big puddle of sunshine. He's a Shepsky of some description. He's got mojo. He's full of beans. Partner and I just bought a house, still in the process of talks to have things fixed. Not as scary as you think. Alright, I'm gonna stick with that. Moving stressed me out. Courage. It's like one of those things that like I know is going to be like awful, especially because I sometimes have a hard time dealing with all official bureaucratic stuff like that. And it's all new, and the worst is when I don't know how to do things, and I'm not gonna know how to do any of it, so that's gonna be frustrating and stressful. But I want my own house so bad that I feel like I will be able to navigate. It was kind of like when I was moving home. Like, the international move to come back here was horrible. But I wanted to come home so bad, and I was so excited to come here and get settled into this place and to, like, you know, be around my family again. That, you know, you've got, like, a string that's pulling you through it. So that's something, at least. Inspector helped a lot. He's gonna catch more fish than you and probably eat them if you're not looking. Oh, the first time that we took him fishing, I was hoping that we would catch something so that we could show him, just so that he would have some memory of having seen a live fish, so that he doesn't like freak out the first time that we pull a fish out of the water. But we didn't. Nothing was biting. Nothing doing. Can't even imagine an international move. Might just leave everything behind and rebuild. I thought I was leaving most things behind because it was really annoying because it was international, plus there was like a boat involved. Plus it was like COVID too, which didn't help. Plus the cat. But then I, you know, one thing led to another, and it was like, well, if I'm renting a truck, I may as well rent the U-Haul. And if I'm renting the U-Haul, I may as well take all this stuff with me. My advice to anybody in the world, if they are looking for advice and they're contemplating an upcoming move, including myself, if it ever comes to that, start packing before you think you need to. Start packing and planning your packing quite a while before you think you need to. Obviously, you don't want to pack like your toothbrush 2 weeks ahead of time. But I, with my last move, really incorrectly estimated the amount of time it would take to get everything packed and loaded onto the truck and like sorted. And it was brutal. Just a general rule of thumb is just get it going. Get it going like 25% of how long you think it's going to be before you think you need to, and it will help. Nameplates? Plater. Yeah. Not a boat. I mean, it was a big boat, but because it was a boat, the main problem with the boat was A, having the cat on the boat because I didn't want to leave her in the car. And she couldn't come into the boat because she was technically a pet, so we had to go on the pet decks, but it was cold and windy, so I had to make like a cat Rito with a towel and like it's a whole thing. Also the cat in the harness and a leash and etc, etc. And then the other thing was just that because of the ferry involved, I wasn't able to find a moving company that would just do all of this for me. There were moving companies that would take my things as far as Vancouver or like Burnaby, but then they were like, yeah, we're out. that's really as far. You're gonna have to take it from here. And I'm like, well, if I'm gonna do that, then I may as well just like rent a U-Haul. They at least let me do it internationally. Disturbed dirt. I don't know about this place. I think we're getting out of here. I'm going back to the unarmed plates. Add-ons to help set up Plater. No. I have a Plater profile if you want your Plater to look exactly like mine. I don't know if I recommend that, but it's... if you wanted to look like mine, it would work. Those are my Plater settings. But yeah, next time I move, the actual moving part at least, I'm going to do my best to budget to hire the most comprehensive moving company that I can afford, so that because I'm going to try and avoid any further boats. And I think that having strong people with strong backs move my boxes and drive them for me will take a huge load off the overall process. Also my furniture, because when I bought furniture for this place, I bought heavy furniture with the understanding that I was not going to be picking it up and moving it anywhere. No, not planning on moving to Hawaii. The more likely thing would be if I found a place in one of the islands that's kind of like in between Vancouver Island and Vancouver. Because you can buy homes on like Salt Spring Island and Main Island and Pender Island and whatnot. Or even further up north. But that is a pretty big commitment to a lifestyle that has a couple of It's a thing that people do and it's a place people live, but there are some serious considerations that go into living in that kind of place year round and not just as a vacation home. So I don't think that I'm going to do that unless it's a really good deal and something talks me into all of the considerations, because there's quite a few of them. Companies that move military, pack, load, deliver everything. I know somebody that had a family move that was done that way. I don't know how expensive it is, because my understanding is that if I buy a house, I'm going to be like broke. But I'm gonna see what I can do. Because yeah, I think that any money invested in making the actual moving date easier is usually a good call. How's the puppy? Puppy is so good. He's such a sweetheart. He's so lovely. I think I've trained him to enjoy butt scritches, because now if I'm like giving him the back rub, he'll walk right up next to me and then he'll park his butt right in front of me and he'll just be like, It's good. He's fluffy. Happy weekend, Hazel and everybody. Happy weekend. Random question, but what star sign is Moose? Do dogs have star signs? I mean, I'm sure we can figure this out. Let me see. There's two different candidates for what his birthday is, but I think they're close enough together that they wouldn't be the same star sign. Yeah, so he's a technically, if we're playing that game, he's a Taurus. His birthday is mid-May. So he's almost 11 months old, because we're in another week and a half, it'll be like mid-April. Glow in the dark. Glow in the dark what? Do I glow in the dark? I have a t-shirt that glows in the dark. Stars. I like glow in the dark stars. I've lost track of how we ended up here, though. I probably started that conversation in some way and I've completely forgotten the context. He did always strike me as a Taurus. Alright, I'll bite. I'm Googling. What on earth are Taurus like? I'm not very knowledgeable. What are Taurus supposed to be like? Known for. Let's go for that. Hard-headed. He's quite literally hard-headed. He'll bonk his head on the table and he'll just keep going. Down to earth, tenacious, reliable, loyal. Oh. Interesting. Like the bull. Yeah, he's pretty stubborn. If you're at it, you might as well do Kira next. I don't know when Kira's birthday is, though. I celebrate her birthday with my birthday because I adopted her on my birthday, but I don't have any information about how old she was at the time or when her birthday might have been. We could try to, like, detective it based on pictures, I suppose, but I don't even know how big kittens are at various ages. She was a little kitten, but she was old enough to go home, but she was a little muffy muffin. He has 2 vaccination passes. They both say something different. Means he'll be 19 in a few days. Happy early birthday. Holy moly. Yeah, mutual B-Day. Yeah, if we account for the day that I brought her home, because we may as well, right? That would make her a Virgo like me. I am not finding treasures. As many of them. I guess I could probably get out. Well, why don't we go look in the Waking Shores for a while? Onarn Plains is my usual haunt, but let's try Waking Shores. Dynamic flight form does not work for Druid Flight yet, but it will. He would say thanks, but he's snoozing on the bed. Aww. I was daydreaming recently about if my house had like a basement that you could kind of like furnish as like an extra area to hang out in or whatever. How would I do it, you know? I've known many people with like basement dens and hangouts. Many people? I don't know, a handful of people in my life. Mainly dads. But this would be Hazel's version. Private gym. Oh yeah. I feel like if I put a private gym there, I would just never go down there because every time I looked at my workout equipment, I would be reminded of the fact that I'm not using it. A day pub. Oh man, in my hypothetical dream world, my dream streaming room / office, whatever, it has like a little area with like a tea bar, like a little kettle, and you know, like a selection of tea on some lovely shelving, and like maybe like a sink and whatever. Little compost bin for used tea leaves and whatever. An escape room, comfy sitting base, pool, fireplace. Oh, pool, not a pool. I thought you meant like an indoor pool. I did see one house that had an indoor pool, but it was like $2+ million. It might have been $4 million. I was daydreaming about being rich. What if it was a little reading area? What if it was like a little library? Although I have all my books digitally. Maybe it could just be like a little cozy like cornered couch or a big comfy chair with like a little light and tea bar. Reading nook. Yeah, that might be nice. Although I read in bed. You know what my reading nook is? It's bed. It's great. Theater room. Yeah, I've seen lots of good theater rooms. I'm not against the concept. I do like a good home movie. Gaming room. Yeah, but I'd have my gaming room somewhere else. I guess it would depend on if I was ever going to set up that thing that I sometimes set up and then sometimes don't have, where I have like a separate desk for recreational gaming versus content creation gaming. Trying to like delineate workspace versus comfy space. I usually end up giving up and just using the same rig for the whole thing. I do still keep fish. Yeah, I have a 10-gallon tank in my kitchen. If I ever buy a house, though, I mean, I'm gonna be broke because I'll have just bought a house, but I will be no longer constrained by rental rules, and I will be then constrained by what kind of weight I think the struts in the floor can hold up. Captain is still kicking. He has outlived several of his compatriots. There are 4 cherry barbs remaining of the original 6, but Captain is one of them. How do you move fish? You net the fish. You can put them into bags, or if it's a short move, you can stick them into a bucket with a little air filter running on it. You need to keep your filter media wet. You don't have to restart your filter cycle. You drain the tank. You pack it carefully. Basically just like kind of how you move fish when you buy fish. I would have a reproduction fireplace built like in the Gold Shower pub. Yeah, exactly. Temperature, that's a good thing to keep an eye on. My aunt had a pool. All the dirty towels from visiting relatives. Put her over the edge and she filled it in. Yeah. A pool is not the kind of thing that I would want to own myself. It's the kind of thing that I would want to, like, go visit at a facility where other people maintain it. I don't want to be... I appreciate the appeal of the private pool, but I don't want to actually have to deal with, like, pool chemicals and cleaning and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So much maintenance. Yeah, it just seems like a pit that I would pour money into. I have other pits I would prefer to pour money into. Now, a koi pond. That has somewhat more appeal. Not that that's not also a money pit, but... yeah, literal pit to pour money into. Birds of prey who see it as a meal. You wake up in the morning and you just see like a big old great blue heron in your backyard, and at first you're like, oh, that's so cool, and then you're like, oh no, Fred! That could be garden space. What if I get a place and it has a... What if I get a deck for Moosey to sleep on in the sun? I feel like he would snooze, like on a sunny spot on like a back deck. That would be the dream. Hi. Welcome back. Katie, if I build you a catio, will you use it? And by if I build you a catio, I mean if I, like, attempt to build you a catio and then I hire somebody to do it properly. Or just staple gun a bunch of chicken wire over a existing patio. Aunt had one special koi named Miss Piggy because she eats a lot. They can live a really long time, right? I've never kept koi. But whenever I'm visiting gardens that have a koi pond involved, I usually like going by to visit them. The Japanese gardens in Portland had some. And the Chinese gardens in Portland had some too. Oh, Dragon Shudder knowledge. Koi can live 30 years. How long do crows live? Separate, unrelated question. I was thinking about this and I asked. Anyways, I still don't know. I guess I could Google it. Mark Austin, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Let me Google this. How long do crows live? 7 to 8 years for the American crow. Ravens live a bit longer. 10 to 15 years for a common raven. 22 years for an Australian raven. Lifespan of crows in the wild. Well, that's Koro. I don't know if we trust that. Under special care can be known to live under 30 years. Longest known lifespan is 40 years. 7 to 8 years in the wild. Okay. Depending on their ability to avoid predators and find food. Why are you finding dirt piles? Treasure maps for treasures for achievements for the meta achievement. I am missing the sandy wooden duck and the Nakud war spear. And for both of those things I need to, I'm pretty sure, loot an item that marks them on the map before they'll let you actually pick up the treasure. Cheryl Crow 62. There you go. Are there Japanese gardens in Victoria? There's a Japanese garden section of the Bouchard Gardens, I believe. Unless I'm just like absolutely spacing, but I'm pretty sure they have like a Japanese garden section. But the Bouchard Gardens isn't that big. When I went there as a little kid, it seemed like a huge palace of flowers. And it turns out once you get like much above 3 feet tall, all of a sudden you can see a lot farther, and it's still lovely, but it's not as big as you remember it being. Don't need a map for the ducks. Here, let me take a look. Because if you're right, we can go do that right now. Sandy wooden duck. Treasures of Feldrassus. Comments? Loot Yenu's map and then the sand pile. Oh, you're totally right. So the map, we're gonna loot it. In the temporal conflux, you can find it near Wat Yenu, west of the Shifting Sands flight point. Because then I'm only looking for one more thing. Few things that are actually as gigantic as you think they are in pictures. A really famous example is in the Portland gardens, in the Portland Japanese gardens, there's this Japanese maple tree that's lovely, and there's a lot of famous photographs of it that end up in calendars and on tourist merch and whatnot, and it's showing like it's showing you looking up into this huge sprawling Japanese maple tree that's like with the sun behind it, and it's gorgeous. And I went to the gardens and we were looking for it, and I'm like, excuse me, I saw this tree and, you know, all of these promotional materials, and I was looking to see it in person. Can you show me where it is? And they're like, oh yeah, it's right over there. And the thing's like 3 feet tall. And they just put the camera like on the ground and pointed it up. And it's just like a trick of the angle that makes it look that big. And I mean, the joke's on me for thinking it was that big in the first place. Nobody said, here's an enormous tree. I just kind of assumed based on the way that the picture looked. It's not a bonsai. It's like a regular sized Japanese maple, but it's like not, you know, I thought it was like a towering oak tree based on some of these photos. Here, let me see if I can, Portland Japanese garden, maple images. Yeah. Okay, well now knowing the backstory of it, here, knowing the backstory of it, now I can see obviously that it's not that big. But when you see like these famous photos of this maple tree, and you're like, wow, that's incredible. It's not that big. It's really not a very big tree. That's the tree right there. It looks huge. Yeah, it's lovely, but you would need to be very, very small to have this point of view. You can see I would think it's like 20 feet tall, yeah. I still recommend the Portland Japanese Gardens. They are, oh, sorry, wrong thing. They're great. But I bet you, like the staff member that pointed the tree out to me looked like he'd heard that before. I don't think I'm the only one that had that experience. Okay, I was heading... Temporal construct. Oh, okay, there we go. Yenu's map. We can just regular flight path our way, flight our way over there. Love to see that in person. They're beautiful gardens. I've been there a couple of times. The Arboretum? The Hoyt Arboretum is a big kind of park area with lots of different trees and trails that you can walk through that kind of adjoins the property of the Japanese Gardens. And then the Rose Gardens are nearby as well. So you can make like one trip where you just go walking for like a whole day and you can see just a ton of beautiful plants. Yeah, exactly. Shares the parking lot with the zoo. That's the one. That was a lovely area. I don't know if I would go back, but that's only because I've been there a bunch and I feel like I've kind of seen it. Portland, Oregon. Rose gardens are not in great shape. The old gardener retired, the new one is struggling. Oh, that's a shame. Happy Easter to you in chat. Happy Easter, Jack. I always went to visit the rose gardens like out of season. I always like went and wandered around and was like, wow, look at all of these look at all of these not blooming roses because I've gone at the wrong time of year. I think I went at least once when it was blooming because I remember taking some pictures. And then I stopped in the gift shop and I think I bought like a teacup or something. Yeah, I live in Victoria. I've done the Bouchard Gardens a number of times. We were talking about it a bit earlier. I used to go there at Christmas time growing up to see they do like the 12 days of Christmas thing with the ladies dancing and the lords a leaping and whatnot. They put like a partridge in a pear tree. And then, yeah, it's lovely. Okay, news map. Well, this makes this easier. The thorns are still pretty. I want to come live in Canada. It is beautiful. It is wonderful here. It is real expensive. BC stands for bring cash. That's the joke. That's funny but true. Treasures of Feldrauz. There we go. So now I just need the Nakud War Spear, and I'm gonna look it up just in case this is another duck situation. Thanks, Cash. Nakud War Spear. I'm pretty sure this one I still need. You have to find the Armorer's Notes. Has a low chance to drop from the Scout Pack or Disturb Dirt. Okay. No more expensive than America? Alright. If you say so. Denver Botanical Gardens are beautiful as well. I do love gardens. It's one of my favorite things to go visit. You know what I haven't done in Victoria that I've actually been meaning to go to? Is I haven't been to the Bug Zoo. It's kind of like an experience for children, but I'm sure they don't mind adults booking tours. And I haven't been since I heard that there was a news item that they had an escaped baby scorpion. I'm hoping they've got it under wraps by now, but yeah, there's a Bug Zoo in Victoria. It's not far from where the Black Ball Ferry docks. Because there's also like there's like a bug section of the Portland Zoo. You go inside, there's like nobody in there because nobody cares. But like they have like the stick bugs and the tarantulas, and they have all kinds of cool bugs. I don't want to touch the bugs, but the bugs don't want me to touch them either, so it really works out. Disturbed dirt. Cursed caves. Insectarium, they're cool, right next to the gardens. Not in this case, but there's also butterfly gardens that are kind of in the roughly Bouchard Gardens area up sort of Brentwoodish. That I have childhood memories of field trips from, but I haven't gone back as an adult. Like a hut with some bugs? Yeah! Bug museums are great. Went to the new one in New Orleans. It was fun. Portland Zoo has a bunch of new animals right now. Butterfly gardens. You're right, I should go back. I feel like butterflies are like very divisive in that most people are either neutral to pleasant on them and go, oh wow, lovely, a nice butterfly. And then there's like 15% of people that have noticed that underneath the butterfly wings there's like a big old bug. And they're not down with the big old bug. I like to watch the red pandas, those things are funny. Is it dirt? It's probably underneath. This is the problem with Eldorazos. You should never farm. There's lots of treasures out there, but like a lot of them are nested underneath other things. Oh, it's 10 a.m., which means that there's a new location for the hunts. I need, actually, 4 Centaur of Attention. Disgruntled Hunter. I'm pretty sure I need another Azurspan Hunter, too. So I'm gonna log over real quick to my priest and take a look. Okay. Baby rhino and a few new tigers. Aw. They often take videos of their branch managers, aka beavers. Oh, one of our neighbors, we were walking Moose and we were near one of those tiny libraries, of which there's like 1 million in the city. And Moose had a big stick that he'd found because he finds sticks and he chews on them. And one of our neighbors was saying hi to him and they're like, oh, I see you're the branch manager. And I was confused because I guess I hadn't had coffee yet or something. I was just like, ah ha ha, yeah, okay, see ya. And then I like finished my walk. And then later I'm like, wait, it's because he had a stick and he was near the library. I get it. My partner's like, yeah. I'm a little bit oblivious in public. I think I'm occasionally accidentally rude just because I don't know what's going on around me. And somebody will, like, sometimes I'll be walking my dog and Moose will stop to like stare at somebody and I'll finally get him to come with me and keep moving along because I assume that I'm making them uncomfortable. And then my partner will be like, I think those people really wanted to meet Moose. And I'm like, wait, what? Nobody said anything. I would have stopped to say hi. I didn't know. I don't look at people's faces. What am I doing? I'm checking Azurspan. Happy Easter to you and your fur baby. Okay, fur baby right here. Hi. Hey. Yeah, I do need Eastern and Southern Azurspan hunts. So let's poke on over there. And then in 45 minutes there'll be a new storm up, and maybe if we're lucky it'll be not in the Azurspan. Although I can't complain still. I still need one more storm in the Azurspan. I don't actually know where I'm going. Camp Antonidas is as good a place to start as any of them. If you're lucky, they'll get another chance to pet the moose. Yeah, I think they will. Most people that have lived around here long enough have. No more TW WoW drops. Contract wasn't renewed. You mean like Prime Gaming? Or something different? Went to pick up my new PC for my sisters. Needed to open it up to install my old computer's hard drives. Her cat kept trying to crawl in the case. Yeah, it's not so good for the cooling. Yeah, we had the 1 year of like a new Prime Gaming redeem every month. And my understanding was that it was always supposed to be a year. We'll see. Yeah. I feel like all the best stuff was they did as Twitch drops instead of Prime Gaming redeems anyway. Like the Fathom pet. You guys all got that sorted already? Pet journal? Fathom? Linked your accounts, claimed it, redeemed, etc., etc. Prime Gaming ended their giveaways with Riot Games too. Liked those. I know quite a few people who have recently like canceled their Prime in general, so maybe it'll work out for those friends. I just love the askew crown. You know, it's jaunty, it's fashionable. Noble Garden starts tomorrow. Why is the new mounted carpet? Oh yeah. Oh, it's got flowers on it though. Look at the roses. Are those roses? Those are roses, right? Yeah. Or carnations. Alright. So, hunting party. I'm pretty sure I did that hunt. I need the hunt to be either by there or by there. Oh no, that's a satchel. That's different. Can I clear that waypoint? Those are the two hunters. If I want, I can just go help finish the existing hunts to like try and move them along. Am I gonna try out Plunderstorm Trios? Maybe. I'm not really feeling it. I don't have a strong desire. Really cut into my lying around, you know, worrying time. 4 of 6 hunts remaining. 20 Nefarian and Onyxia runs. Yeah, I could have used a duck or a bunny mount. I know we have the bunny that is... We have a, like, the water bunny that they did for the New Year's thing. Do I just throw it into anything? I don't fully... Oh no, so you pick up the rock. Oh, never mind. Put a rabbit model over the rug skeleton, but no, they only did a texture. I think it'll be fun to have a... I'm interested to see how the holiday has been redone and reworked. I think that'll be kind of neat. I'm assuming... I heard something about a new boss. Drops from Dayton's Swift Plume. Which makes me think that there's going to be something kind of cool. Nest in the trees. Yeah, it's kind of pretty. Are the rugs gonna have dynamic flying when they get that sorted? Can it twist up into a roll for the big zoom thing? Yeah, I'm hoping it's a queuable thing and not like a Wintervale situation, because the Abominable Grinch was annoying. And if it is a Wintervale situation, I hope that it's somewhere easier to get to than Hillsbrand Foothills. The idea of fighting a giant bunny amuses me. Well, there's always the Darkmoon Fair. They have the Monty Python reference rabbit boss. The Darkmoon Rabbit drops the Darkmoon Rabbit pet. Cannot skateboard. Dragon riding a carpet's just level 20 of that. What do you mean you can't skateboard? My immersion. I thought you were totally shredding out there. Hanging 10. Tony Hawkin. They added the portals during the last holiday. Maybe they've learned. Added the portals during the last holiday. Oh, the love is in the air? Barely remember what was going on. I'm excited for the trading post tomorrow. I'm gonna have to figure out what's worth buying. Yeah, see, whenever you weren't available to attend the stream, I just figured you were at a parkour competition. You know, you gotta keep your street cred up. Shark Cat for sure. know parkour isn't skateboarding. Never mind. Never mind. Priorities. Oh. I'm really holding it down with the riveting content. We are hunting to the maximum over here. Oh, it's almost over. All right. We want it to be in one of these two spots next, which I think it kind of has to be. I don't think there's that many different hunt locations it could be out here. Although, well, hang on. Hasn't ended yet. Doesn't count. Got some grand hunt spoils. And yeah, there we go. Let's go. Tangentially, I skateboard. So at least there's one chat personality that has that covered. I feel like if I ever tried to, I would need to wear the most protective gear ever. And it wouldn't help because I would have like a helmet and elbow pads and knee pads and like, I don't know, hockey goalie shin pads on. And I would manage to fall in a way that just like twists something backwards so it wasn't really a matter of skinning a knee. Just snap the hazel right in half. People actually skateboard in this city, like to get around and whatnot. Longboarding never quite died out here. It's been somewhat overtaken by the scooters and the bikes and whatnot, but there are definitely people that still keep it up. Balance is tricky, go slow, take it bit by bit, like learning to ride a bike. Dirt spots wasn't as bad as I thought, with some mog and a bunch of junk to sell. Forbidden Reach treasures, though. Yeah. Well, hang on. I gotta go find our friend here. Yeah, I was also pleasantly surprised. I still have one more to get, but I was pleasantly surprised by how reasonable the drop rate was on the treasure maps. They were coming along. Are you more confident on roller skates? If you're talking to somebody else, then perhaps. If you're talking to me, no. I don't think I've ever been on roller skates, and I think it would be a very poor choice. I can ride a bike. I haven't done so in many years, so if I was to do so again, I'm sure it would take like a little bit for me to get comfortable again. But no. I don't have terribly good balance to begin with. I can ice skate, but not, that's the problem. I fell down a ton. I was a very unconfident ice skater. People attempted to teach me at a variety of points in my youth, and it didn't go well. I just fell over a lot. Yeah, you can get treasure maps from Expedition Pets. I am using a 4K monitor. Old lady thing, just pushing like crazy with my right foot on turns because I cannot take one foot off the ice. Yeah, I was like limping my way along clutching baseboards. It wasn't my most majestic moments. That's okay. Maybe one day I'll get a bike again. There's an argument to be made for getting a bike now and then using that to like get around the city and go pick up groceries and shopping and stuff, but I don't know. I can pretty much walk everywhere, so I don't know why I would need to go on a bike. Highly recommend a bike. Add them by your map when you bring it up. This is World Quest List. World Quest List. Bikes allow you to go further without driving. Find it and power them. I bet I would enjoy biking to like visit like my mom or my sister, because I can walk in those places, but it's you know, it takes a little bit of a project. I'm just, it's been so many years since I biked. And when I did used to bike, the main time that I biked in my life was when that brief semester that I went to university, I would bike to school because the bus situation was so awful. It was like 3 buses to get there, even though it wasn't that far. So I would take like a 45-minute bike ride instead, which was, you know, faster than taking 3 different buses and having to transfer a bunch of times. But because it was like on a trail, like it was on a bike trail, like there was a paved bike path basically that went to the school, more or less. So I wasn't really biking on like roads for that. I didn't do very much biking on roads. Because like it's not that I can't steer the thing, it's that I can't I don't know. I think a car's just gonna eat me. You'd think that I'd be more confident with the rules of the road, because they obey the same rules of the road that cars do, more or less. So you'd think that now that I drive, I would feel better about biking on streets, because it's just kind of like driving, but with more danger. I'd blame bike infrastructure, but we have really nice bike infrastructure in the city, and there's more every day. They're like actively constructing new bike lanes and like scooting things around to make like thorough bike lanes all the time. And like my 55-year-old mother bikes like all over the place. And I have really like no excuse. She'll do it with like big like packs of laundry and stuff. What happened to the gnome that you named Boy back in Shadowlands? I still have him. He's my he's camping Lord Helnerath right now. For the I just did the Warlock class campaign on him somewhat recently in Legion, and he's camping a rare for the final mount appearance. So that's where the guy's gonna be. Oh, there we go. Somebody had to start the hunt. So now he should be. There he is, I think. And then I'm all set. I don't even have to stick around for the hunt, because we've done pretty much enough of them. Neat. Oh no, we're 30 minutes away from the next, there's no storm rep right now. I was about to say I should check the storm, but there's no storm right now. So we're working on that. I'm gonna have to start reading these, aren't I? No, I've got one more treasure to find, actually. We've got one more treasure map to loot before I start confronting my fear of the Siege of the Dragonman Keep. Click on the unspent profession thingy. There you go. I clicked on it. Woohoo! Alchemy and enchanting points. Wow. Would you look at that? Oh! Look! I used to do, yeah, I don't know what state or professions are in. I haven't really been worried about it. So we got more treasure hunting, but I'm gonna take a short break and go check on my puppy and stuff. I'll be back. Kitty. Hi. What if I sit down again? What do you think? Can we do it? That paw. It's the delicate art of cat peeling, where you peel the cat off the chair, not when you peel a cat. All right. How do you dragon ride with normal mounts? Right now you can't. They'll when they patch it in, there should be a toggle, I'm assuming, where you can just kind of switch between dynamic or standard flying. And depending on whether or not the mount is flagged for it, should be able to do both. But for the moment, has to be a dragon riding mount. This is the Polly Roger, which is the dragon riding parrot that you get from Plunderstorm. Move your feet, lose your seat. It's true. She did have the seat claimed. So I am out here looking for one more map. I'm looking for the Nakuda Armorer's notes that we used to find the War Spear. It's the last one that we need. And then we're moving on to other achievements. It was such a strange oh, hang on, we're way too low. It was such a strange assortment of achievements that I was missing from this. Like, I had a lot of the parts that people are saying are the ugly bits done, like the Forbidden Reach meta. But then I just, like, didn't finish the treasures. What's up with that? Yeah, druids will get dynamic flying. They don't have it yet, but it's coming. Plunder Daddy. Hazel Plunder Games. It occurred to me that every time I get up for a break, I say I'm going to take a short break. And short is really subjective and also not guaranteed, because sometimes I end up like, you know, sometimes you got to fix a new pot of tea. Sometimes you're petting the puppy and he's like, you're not done. Am I out of shovels? No, I'm in combat. What am I in combat with? Okay, nothing. There we go. We're good. We're good. What am I going to use these dragon shards of knowledge for? I suppose I can make a... We'll just get metal for them and then make more potions. Working on the Forbidden Reach one now. I haven't really dug into all of the things I'm missing for Flight Club. There's 5 achievements that I don't have here. And I'm going to have to, like, look into that. I think we're going to be doing a bunch of Siege and Dragonbane Keep. But I wanted to, like, finish up a couple of other things first before I started researching it, just so I could clear off a couple of shelves in my brain, because I only have so much available space. Got my pet, thanks. Congrats on your pet, blue bear. It's a cute name. Both the Siege achievements yesterday, they're quick. Oh, good. That should be okay then. Not to spill too much too early, but I know somebody who's been working on getting a new shirt design together for merch. Partly because I haven't sold any merch in like over a year. Maybe over 2 years. It's been a long time. And partly because it's going to be summertime and I want a new t-shirt. I'm happy with my selection of shirts, but I like a little novelty now and then, so I need to do a little bit of a closet edit. And because I'm designing it to sell, I can make it whatever I want. No, it does not have this. I am planning to do it through Spring again. So they're the ones that will handle shipping and distribution. Kind of ridiculous. Blizzard went from 30 for the boost to classic upgrade to 80 for the boost and classic upgrade. I didn't know that. Cat fishing for moose with a boat. Okay. Well, the one I'm working on is the kind of shirt that I'm excited about and would like to wear, that kind of like fits with the vibe of the rest of my secondhand wilderness shirts, although it won't technically be secondhand because it'll be new. But depending on how that goes, I do want to eventually do a sweater as well with a different design on it. So I'll in my notebook we'll make a little sketch about cat fishing for moose with a bone. That's pretty cute. You could get it done as like a cartoon. I thought I was handling shipping and distribution. Are ya? You want to be my assistant? slash manager. Slash merchandising. Head of operations. I can just be the logo. Let's go pick. I want these armorer notes. Come on, game. You can do it. Any more treasures? How are we doing on shovels? I have 2 shovels left. 31 charges. I may need to buy some more shovels. I feel like we've gone through like 60 odd charges of dirt for this. You kind of make the gold. It's like 100 gold a shovel if you buy them off the auction house and you're lazy, but you do kind of make it back on all of these like gray items that you can sell. Like I got 100 gold just from that treasure. I don't think I knew how profitable dirt was, or else I would have been picking them up more often. I just stopped carrying shovels at a certain point in my Dragonflight career because I couldn't be bothered to stop for dirt anymore. Yeah, shovels are not region. Shovels are server specific because they're like a crafted item, I believe. So the prices will vary a lot. And they're in demand right now because people are like me working on this achievement. March drop incoming? Not like immediately, because I need to finish the design and then I need to get samples. Which is going to take a while, but I'm just hinting that there's something. What are you farming? I am farming treasures for well, this is actually not what I needed at all. Treasures for a map. Oh. That will let me find a treasure that is the last treasure I need for the Treasures of the Anaran Plains achievement as part of my Dragonflight Meta achievement. That's what we're after. Is that the dirt? That's the dirt. Good morning, amazing people of the world. Good morning. Could be in this one. It would be very convenient because we're quite close to where the actual lootable treasure is. You don't have to do it in this zone or anything, but... Oh no. Oh no, we're okay, we're okay. I thought I was stuck in combat, but we're cool. I don't think I've really been appreciating new Soar enough. It's kind of cool to be zipping around on your own 2 wings. And have it use like all of your available vigor and not just like 2 charges of flap and that's it. Kind of gives Sword a DH. Might make me play my Evoker more. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually swap around my Dragon Riding Keybind. I know we've been enjoying the Poly Roger, but this is kind of cool. Any luck? No. Still not out of flight stones though. The other thing that's kind of cool about this is that it auto kicks you into the air, so you don't have to use 1 vigor to like lift off. It does that for you. And it's like what, a 10-second cooldown, something like that? Yeah. So as long, and the cooldown starts when you take off, so as long as you're not trying to take off within 10 seconds of the last time you took off, you're totally fine. Yeah, that's kind of fun. I like that. Trying to get gold in every dragon race. The one kicking my butt is the Sarah Circle and Emerald Dream on reverse. It's been 84 years. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't end up needing me to gold all the advanced for any of the achievements that were needed for this, at least. I was a little worried. I can't tell if I'm mad for finishing the Shadowlands meta. Have you done it yet? I did it during Shadowlands, but you're not crazy. You're not mad. There's other people I know that are starting it now that are doing it. I think they're also like a little bit like they don't sound happy about rooting around in the Shadowlands working on it, but it's such a cool mound. I don't blame anybody for going back to do it. You're not the only one. Maybe we'll go poke around the Azure Span for treasures. If you're an evoker, Dragon Racing World Quest, can you do them with a soar? Zoldak is saying that you can do the bug eating one in your soar form, but I don't think you can do like an actual dragon race. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that would work. I think I need to clean up my bags just in case I've had them! When did I loot those? When did I loot them? They're right there! That's the map I've been looking for! What do you mean? When did I... Hang on, I'm scrolling up. Okay, the answer is not recently. I had those from before I even logged back onto this evoker. Oops! Alright. Well, that's the end of my treasure hunting. Oh, I got like 3k worth of selling all this junk. That's nice. Because we just, you know, we're gonna use that. Think of all the gold you made. Yeah. I'm just glad I didn't buy any more, I didn't buy any more shovels. I was afraid of that happening. But I guess at least we checked now. I looked at my bags and I'm like, that's a lot of junk. I should probably like take a little look-see just in case. I wonder when I looted it. It would probably be something I could find in the stream VOD, but it would be hard because the loot window is up for such a short time. And because my stream VOD doesn't show the chat log, so you wouldn't see the looted thing. You would just see the loot window when it's up, which is pretty fast, pretty short. Oh hey. Good morning. Good morning. Or good afternoon. Good evening. I just have it. Treasure hunter of the Dragon Isles. Also, we can vendor that polearm for like 98 gold. It's a cool bird model. Huzzah! Better late than never. Alright. Take me out of there. I wonder if that's the last thing I'm gonna need to do on my evoker. Probably not, actually. I bet you if I look at... I bet you if we're looking into this, some of these things are going to be pretty close to being done. No, I never got the Evoker Legendary. I stopped farming for it because after I had quit Evoker, I didn't even want to see it. I became a priest main instead. I changed mains. I couldn't live with it anymore. Alright, so... For Obsidian Keymaster, we just need to turn in 6 more keys. I believe I have in my bank a ton of fragments and stuff, so that should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, I think that I have like a good amount of progress in these, so I'll stick to the evoker for a second. Key fragments and framing. So I have loads of fragments. I have 3 restored keys already made. I have no key framings, but maybe we can find those? I don't really remember how the key thing works. You like my shirt? I got this one from a lot of my shirts, my vintage shirts, I've like bought from vintage resellers, but I actually thrifted this one. It's like super, super soft and comfy. It's got a big old bear on it. Framings just dropped alongside fragments from the mobs. Okay. Let's head over there. And I'm gonna do a little bit of reading, I think. It says this is desired by those people. So let me go see if they want it. Forge Master Bazentis. I've never heard of him. Let me wowhead. Don't worry, I'm a little bit lost too. I'm working on the Dragonflight Meta achievement. Which means cleaning up a bunch of petty little fiddly achievements from earlier in the expansion that I did not do. Obsidian Forge Master. Okay, well I have a map location, that's good. Blue Nile, thank you for the 3-month reset. Appreciate it. Tip is to start doing 1 grand hunt in each character. Colors we need have a sad drop rate. That part I have done already. I got all those back when I was still farming for the mammoth mount. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about the siege stuff yet. I'm just gonna poke around a little bit. Hello, you're Forge Master Bazentis. Do I need to do anything in particular? I probably need to start to show support to Wrath Eater Sibelian. I don't think it matters which. Before we're allowed to get going here. I usually pick Sibelian because he's bigger. We're done to rep with both of them, but that's something. So now, combine looted fragments to create a key, deliver it to Sibelian, etc., etc. Still doesn't want it. I'm gonna wow with that. I just want to understand. Restored. So how's Easter going? You guys got big family plans? Cozy Sunday plans? Alright, we just gotta make some new keys. Going to Salem in like an hour to visit the grandparents? Nice! Sunday's my raid night? Utterly reveling in a cozy 4-day weekend. I thought the dragons were here. I lost them. Maybe down here. I don't want to do any of this. I guess I can go kill some mobs to try to get framings? I don't know, man. It's been ages since I've done any of this, and I've forgotten all of the details. At least, as far as I know, these guys have never been scaled up. They're still patch 1 difficulty mobs. I still don't know if I would do like a huge pack of them or anything, but... Walks, time in cafe with neighbors, gaming, treats, of course. Don't think I've ever noticed that armor model in the Jarden before. Ellie Storm hits the region, they become scaled up. Hey, at least it would be an Ellie Storm in the Waking Shores and not the Azure Span. Yeah, being flexible with family plans is always super nice whenever people can accommodate for that. I have so many key fragments. I need framings. And I betcha there's really no sense in me starting this over my priest, even though I'm sure my priest does more and more damage nowadays. Love how eye level scaling makes going through these areas so fun, no? I really should have just sucked it up and gotten Zelixia like a basic set of current season gear. But it's too late now. Now I almost don't need it anymore. What is the deal with him? Oh yeah. Deathless Rage, that's right. I remember how this works. Do I have this? Oh, I have a bleed on me. Oh. You have to stop hitting him so that the buff can fall off, but I always forget. I'm sure I'm not the only one who dies to that. Framings can be found on the ground. That does ring a bell. That does sound a little bit familiar. I feel like I'm gonna have all of the easy parts of this that will be the things that will be the most complicated for me. Get some Dragon Nail supplies for free. I just don't want to spend any gold on this. Oh, there's a key fragment. Oh, we kicked it. We do not like Deathless Rage. This is gonna make me remember my evoker buttons. Also, I'm pretty sure that's fragments. Yeah, that's fragments. I need framings. Scoops, thank you very much for the 48-month resub. Happy Easter. I hope you're having a delightful Sunday. I hope you're eating lots of chocolate. It's a nice thought. Alright, so you seem to do the thing. Poly works wonders. Yeah, I think next time if I remember, I'll landslide route them and then just like wait it out. Oh, there's a key framing. We need what, 3 of them? I suppose I could look for a group, but I feel like, I guess I shouldn't assume there's no groups. I should look for groups. Obsidian key farming. 5 people though. I feel like you don't want to do it more than 5. Raid groups make things funny. Sometimes. Well, at least we have lots of fragments. Complete the following special encounter at the Citadel and Lava Fields. Forging the answer. How do I do that? Maybe I can do that while I'm farming keyframings. You and other players have to return a total of 10 keys to Forge Master Bazentis, which he's at 0 of 10, and then it extra things that spawn, clearing the vault. Okay, so you get a quest for forging the answer. Earthwater weapon obtained, and then you slay a bunch of Kalashi. That seems like a good thing to do as part of a group. Yeah, 10 keys to the Forge Master guy. I'm gonna poke around and just casually farm for another 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna find out what the next elemental storm is, and then depending on whether or not I need it, I might post up a group, because if we have to turn in 10 keys and then like farm up and turn in 10 keys and then kill like 50 mobs, it might help to have more than one person that's doing it. Yeah, you can get the Twitch drop right here. I have drops enabled on this channel. You got until April 5th. Although you don't have to do it all on one channel. And today is the last day that I stream for a few days, so I do stream on the 3rd and the 4th, but I'll be gone for a couple days. I take Monday, Tuesdays off. But we're here for at least another hour today. I'm surprised I only got 24 of 30 keys turned in just like in total. I guess it was enough to finish the rep grind. Oh, no, that's fragments. I really shouldn't do a big pull, should I? Can I get just you? You seem reasonable. Oh yeah, there you go. Alright, make 1 key. There's our greater key. Which we should hopefully, once we turn that into the big dragon, be able to start turning in restored keys after that. Let's take a look. Turn that in. And now I want to go back to Bazentis and see if he wants anything to do with my lesser keys. Yeah, he'll take them now. Although, let's chill on that for a second until we know what the hunt is, because I don't want to like start it and then have to leave it behind. Are Easter eggs as big as they are in the UK and other countries? There are like chocolate eggs that you can buy that are like quite large. I don't necessarily buy them, but they're available. Get rid of that. Anything else I can sell just to get rid of, make room? Selling. It's still 50 gold a piece for an Alpha Dorado. I should be fishing. I could be rich. Most of those things I think I can just sell. Like vendor. Rye the bark, pretty valuable still. That's nice. My favorite was the chocolate Easter turtle. How do Canadians open those eggs? I learned recently that the Irish thing to do is to smash them with their forehead. Fire in the Azure Span. Oh, thank you. Let me see. Oh, hang on. I have to check my... I think fire might be the last one that I actually need. Alice, thank you very much for the 42-month resub. I want a chocolate turtle. Yeah, you can get chocolate bunnies and eggs and whatnot. I want bastard. Far left side. Mm. Oh, thanks, Tori. Selling off some of my stockpiled Dorado to pay for Lego stuff. Took me a second to realize he meant like Ferrolath and not like somehow using your B-net balance to trade somebody so you can buy real life in-person Legos. Okay, so there is a firestorm. Storm chasing. Yeah, that's the last one I need. Cool. All right, let's go. I'll after this I'll look into maybe setting up a group for I guess I can try. We can't guarantee it. It's a pretty niche thing to do and there's going to be like a lot of farming. I want my childhood Lego pirate ship back. Part of me just wants a do-over on my childhood, but I don't think they're handing those out anytime soon. I'm just gonna have to make my peace and move on. Try to make it so I don't need a do-over on my 30s. Yeah, I've heard of people having camera zoom issues or like needing to zoom back out again after every Plunderstorm match. Depends on what you miss. I don't know that it's anything I specifically miss is just wanting to like, what do I want to do differently? I don't know. It all falls apart because if you don't make all of your mistakes, then you don't learn all your lessons, and then hypothetical alternate universe you that did everything differently wouldn't have gained the wisdom to know that they needed to do it differently. Doesn't really work out. Not Storm's Fury. We're looking for the Azurspan Firestorm. And we can always make a group. Warm off. Hey, look at me. I'm the group leader. It's me. No bunny ears. No bunny ears. I thought about it. I have reindeer antlers that I wear at Christmas time. I do not have bunny ears. Okay. Hey, it's day. I'm gonna start with pretty chill polls for the moment. Who's that? That's a silly thing. Trees look extra spooky in this lighting. This is one of those areas that I made a point to kind of avoid as much as I could get away with. I should probably, hold out for the last spot for somebody playing like a tank spec would be convenient. Someone that can kind of group everything up. Without dying horribly. It's literally just a dungeon. Tank! I'll delist for now. We can relist if we end up below 5. Alright, we're already 10 and 200 in. Happy farming, everybody. This wasn't a good spot to pull. As long as I have time to gear my lock, I'm happy. Yeah, I think we've got a little bit of time. I heard some people speculating that they'll wait until Plunderstorm's over, but that would surprise me a little bit just because of how long I feel like that's gonna be. 6 weeks would be a long time to leave us here. Yeah, we usually get patches and season starts on Tuesdays for NA. How long do you think they'll keep Plunder around? The initial word was 6 weeks. But it's gonna... I feel like they're kind of taking notes and seeing how it does with people playing and engagement and sub numbers and viewing numbers, etc., etc. I wouldn't be surprised if they either extended it or after they take it down, if they were to come back with like more seasons of it in the future whenever they needed something. Hi. Hello, good morning. How are you doing? Did a Storm Scale-Cracker keep in a group? Hyper-spawning everything. Nice. Yeah, the one I did earlier today at the beginning of stream, that was pretty fast. I'm definitely having the same experience everybody else is, where the Azure Span Storms are the ones that are always up. This is the last one that I need for the Azure Span. And then I'm officially done with Azure Span Storms, and I haven't started any other ones. I guess I'm like halfway through one Beldraza's Storm, because I started doing it on my own with like 30 minutes left and I didn't finish it. So there's always that. Storm on new maps. Yeah, I think different maps, different lobby sizes. There's lots of different ways they can tweak it. I think they have something. I think they know they've got something with it. And I would be very surprised if this is the end of it. Like if they just do this 6 weeks, take it down, and never mention it again. That would be very surprising to me. I think they've got something pretty valuable. And I feel like I've, at least for my own part, figured out how to play it enough to kind of have fun enough to work through the renown track. Especially if I can play duos with my friends. Or trios, I guess, when they come out with that. It's like a nice little change of pace. It doesn't feel like WoW to me, but I don't think it's supposed to necessarily. If you played trios, who would be the third? That would be a good question. I can think of a couple different people that might like to do it. Cool to see them try something different. Seems like a great way to repurpose old maps. Nashitar would be great as a plunder map. I think that depending on whether or not they add... I think that anything with too much verticality is going to be tricky unless they have, I don't know, like, giga jump powers that you can get that let you, like, hop over walls. I guess they have giga jump powers in the Arathi Highlands ones, but they would have to make it into, like, more of an established mechanic to do something that has, like, a lot of cliffs and whatnot. What map would you guys pick if you get to pick one map that they were going to repurpose for Plunderstorm? Any zone in the game. And the theme of the zone is also the theme of the renown track that they add with, like, cosmetics. Although, I guess Arathi wasn't terribly pirate themed, but you know what I mean. Let me think about it. I think it would be cool to do kind of like a Zul'Farrak Tanaris thing with troll aesthetics. Plus, the desert of Tanaris is fairly flat, but you could have like you got like some troll ruins and some pits and whatnot. Hear me out. the maw. No, anything but the maw. Emerald Dream would be cute. The sword, that way they can say they did something with it. Yes, Plunderstorm in the maw. What is happening? Yeah, I'm trying to think of stuff that has terrain that's like interesting without being wildly complicated, but that also has like a cool theme to the zone, because I feel like Hillsbrad has interesting but not wildly complicated terrain, but Hillsbrad, unless you do like, I don't know, it just reminds me too much of a Wrathy. It's just green fields and well, I mean you could have like some Plague. And Grow Crater, Mulgore. Crystal Sonic Forest. Ooh. Timeless Cell would be good. I think Stranglethorn Vale with jungle themed stuff would be cool. I'd be down for that. Flaglands, yeah. I'm just excited to have more costumey mong to wear in retail. Between this and the trading post, I'm dressed right up. I'm telling you, Bashir. Is that where you're going to be leveling in Cataclassic? I would rather play Plunderstorm for cosmetics than grind them out in standard WoW Battlegrounds. Flaglands with the Undead Plague Bearer theme. Probably not, but you gotta do it for the easy Earth and Rain rep. Cataclassic just seems like such a funky thing. Desolus would be hilarious. New Desolus, or I guess it would have to be. Well, it doesn't have to be. They could take a classic zone and do it there. They did say this was something that both classic and retail players could bond over. How's the meta grind going? It's fun. It's good. I've been chipping pieces off of it left and right. I finished the Eternal Sand Skimmer section. I got the last thing I needed from Time Rifts. I finished all the treasures, so no more dirt pile farming for me. I only have 3 hunts left to find the disgruntled hunter at. I need a couple Onar and Plains hunts. This is my last Azure Span storm chasing, and then it's just the rest of the zones. And I started poking around at the Obsidian Citadel, but I think I'm gonna need to make a group because I've got some ugly key farming to do out there, and I have to do it in my old character. You know what I'm gonna do? I have cap flight stunts in this character. I should get a bunch of those boxes from the Mythic Plus vendor and send them to my evoker and just see what I can do to her item level with that. Because it's not like she's in 380 stuff. She's in 440 stuff. She's in like Season 2 heroic raid gear. But I betcha we just had such an item level jump that I think it would be good to... Garkin Slice, thank you very much for the 40-month resub. Legendary album, wait for World's Best to spawn. I'm doing that too. How many do you have left? I think I have 2 or 3. Down for Zareth Mortis Plunderstorm. Ooh, yeah, that would be fun. That would be kind of cool. I don't know if anybody else would want it. I feel like people are over Zareth Mortis, but I liked it. I thought it was pretty. Three left. I hope they spawn soon. Dave Growl, thank you for the 53-month resub. Tide Stallion Mount hasn't shown up in the mount list. Silver Tide Stallion. Mine did work. If you just recently earned it, maybe a relog? What if they did, oh, what was that zone called? The one with the grommets. It was the Shadowlands patch zone that they pulled down with the big chain. Korthia! What if they did Korthia? I'm memeing it. I think it's a terrible idea, but Oh man, you know where everybody really wants to go back to? Winter Spring would be a good map. I love that one. I liked the grommets. I thought grommets were super cute. It's just, Korthia, for me, got very much kind of judged by its first version. And Korthia on launch was awful. There was a lot of things that made it really frustrating and annoying to try to keep up with, that they smoothed out later in hotfixes and patches and whatnot. But by then it was too late and everybody already hated it. The Korthia string section slapped. Everything gets judged in the first version. This is true. I feel like some games manage to get away with it though, and some games don't, because lots of stuff ships in a terrible form. Just put stuff out whenever the deadline shows up, whether or not it's finished. I'm glad that I don't get judged by my first version, because I think that my streams nowadays are very different than my streams and videos were when I first started making them. You know, everybody should get a chance to evolve. Old Thousand Needles would be neat for plunder. That was one of the only places that I did world PvP on in Classic during season of, not Discovery, season of Mastery, that's what it was. Sea druids! Everybody out of the water! Ashran. I go back and watch you super early YouTube videos, judge you all the time. Aw, shucks. I'm glad that they are still providing you with entertainment value. Yeah, the tea of the day was cute. I just, I don't really drink tea on stream anymore. I have the 1 cup of coffee that's the same thing. I do tea in the afternoon. If I ever shoved my time slot around, I might bring it back. I liked all my little homemade graphics. They're not very professional looking, but I thought they were cute. We still have a lot of old homemade emotes and animations. The sub animation, the squirrel motes are almost all handmade by an amateur artist. Dalaran crater star. It's just a big pit. Oh, giants? Hellfire Peninsula would be cool. There we go. Nice. Okay. So, she can scoot on out of there. That was the last Azure Span storm that I needed. Fortunately, we now need all of the storms from all of the other zones, but that's okay. They'll spawn eventually, right? I'm gonna have to start logging in off stream to do that, and I'm not gonna be happy about it. Okay. Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but if I was just gonna, like, click around in it. Yeah. Nope. We're doing that on the Evoker. Alright. I'm gonna make a group. This is gonna be North America and Alliance. And the goal is to farm keys, turn them into Forge Master Bazentis, and do the event that spawns after we turn 10 keys into him. I need all the help that I can get. I think we can do this in at least a 5-man group, maybe a raid group. But Forging the Answer is the name of the event. Remade, custom, start a group. What are we gonna say? Turning them into... The group title is in custom. It's called Hazel Key Farm. See if we can fill up to at least 5. Maybe. if anybody wants to play. So I can turn in these restored keys. We get this meter up to 10 and then we can do it. But after this I'm gonna need more. I'm out of keys. And I'm out of keyframings. Aw. So now time. Aw, thanks, Day. 2 grind mobs. Oh, I forgot I was gonna... Oh, doesn't matter now. I forgot I was gonna send myself a bunch of gear to see if I could upgrade it. But she's 445. She'll do okay. It's not the end of the world. Aw, thanks, guys. Alright, so I'm gonna delist. I'm gonna put a big old target marker on our Forge Master friend over there. I'm gonna say hi and do my best to do little baby pulls that I can handle for the moment. Druid tank's easy enough to hold 10 mobs. I have loads of key fragments, I just need framings. Okay. Forge Master spawns weapons. My understanding from a cursory scroll of Wowhead is that if I turn in 10 keys to him, he will spawn, like if we collectively turn in 10 keys, he'll spawn an event that is needed for this Obsidian Champion achievement. I'm gonna put a regular dragon riding mount. I'm gonna go pop down so I can help with the pull. And there we are. But I am really not an expert on everything with how the Obsidian Citadel works. I didn't know much to begin with, and I've forgotten basically all of it. Yeah, the weapons might be part of the event. I think there's a quest that spawns. Because I know that we're going to need to kill a bunch of Kalashi mobs. You and other players have to return a total of 10 keys to the Byzantus. And then it spawns a head for metal and good things in large boxes. I'm assuming that's the deal. I also need to turn 1 key into Aegis the Believer, but that's a later me problem. That's at least just 1 key. That's somewhat reasonable to farm. Did this just last night myself? Okay. Do you have the Magmote mount? I believe so. I'll double check though. I might have missed some stuff. Here, I'll pull some more stuff for you. That's what we're looking for, right? I have Magma Shell. Is that the one? Oh, I got some framings. Nice. go check on Vizentis. Back here. Let's see. We're at 4 of 10. Currently. 5 of 10. I'm just gonna hold this quest. I don't think it's important, but I'll hold it just in case. But yeah, we're halfway there. Picked up the shell for that yesterday. Still have to go swim in the lava, somehow survive. Yeah. There's the, what chat was telling me back when I was doing that is there's the toy. If you had the toy from doing the Siege and Dragonbane Keep, there's a toy that makes you like lava immune. It never dropped for me, so I just had someone heal me a bunch, I think. I think I tried to do it on my own just for pride's sake. But, I just had somebody spam heal me while I like sat in the lava, and that works too. I think Flabby did it, if I had to guess. Scrappy World Snail. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got the World Snail. Yeah, I have that one. Oh man, farming all this is so much faster to Kruth. You guys are awesome. Spam healing yourself doesn't work so good because you're channeling while you need the healing on you. Some things like Evoker, Renewing Blaze works decently because you can press that before you start channeling and it'll heal you over time. Defensives will help, but yeah, I don't think you can spam heal yourself because you're busy. Bear form self kills. Pop bubble, off we go. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a cool map for sure. Alright, how are we doing here? This is also nice because I'm 29 to 30 now for turning in the keys. I needed to get that done too, and it's much faster farming with friends. Hello, how are you doing? All Dragonflight here, haven't played since Shadowlands, recently came back to WoW. Yeah! I'm working on... There's a meta achievement they added for Dragonflight, kind of like the Veilstrider one they had at the end of Shadowlands. So I'm doing a bunch of miscellaneous activities to clean up loose ends for that. This was one of the rep grinds and activity areas that they had in the very first... What? Very first, Yeah, Polly Rogers dynamic flying, but the Sea Feather, the other parrot, is not currently. So once we've turned in the rest of the keys, we can... Oh, hey. Got some muck stompers. You pick up a weapon from the rack by where the Forge Master is. And then... And then I think we're just farming a bunch of stuff. We might need to go into the vault. How are we doing? 5 out of 10. Any more keys? I could do one more. hold on to it for the moment. Squishy Shadow Priest didn't survive long. What do you think is the hardest achieve to do in the meta so far? People say Scroll Hunter, but nothing's really hard. Some things you just have to wait for certain like world quests or storms to be up. Scroll Hunter's grindy, but it's not that bad. I don't think. Then again, I had already done it, so some of that pain is like worn off me by now. The Forbidden Reach meta also does need you to find some like certain things to be spawned, the books to be spawned in the vaults, which is just kind of luck. I think I'm going to turn 1 into Igus just to finish the Playing All Sides achievement if I can find him. Where is Igus? The Believer. Might be like on the other side of the mountain or something. No. He should be right kind of up. Not there. Here-ish? Wonder if he's not always here. Oh no, there he is. Oh yeah, he's this guy. I'll turn just 1 into here just for my... just for that. And then we need another, I think, 5 keys to turn in between the bunch of us into Bazentis for the event. So productive today. Did the 25 lunkers. After that, from the last level for Cobalt Rep. Nice. That's got to feel good to have out of the way. So now I don't need to save keys for anything else. I can get some supplies for this. Find a nice audiobook or something, just get cracking on the Cobalt grind. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, 2 different afternoons worth. Relatively speaking, really not so bad. What was that, framing? No, it's a fragment. Only dreading the scroll farm. Why 50? 30 would have been fine too. You were also, I think, during that grind also getting other stuff. I remember I had more Scarab Vault keys than I could shake a stick at. That was all well and truly sorted. I didn't need to worry about getting vault keys to look for the books. Last of my scrolls left me with 120 keys. I still have 80 something odd of them left in my bank. And for a while before I had the trick for looking through the walls in the vaults for the book with the with like the treasure hunting spell, the anomaly detection, before I was doing that, I spent like a couple of weeks opening every door in the vault looking for the book just in case. Which was overkill. Not even necessary. Didn't even help. Yeah, the vaults were kind of weird content. I don't really know what that was all about. I didn't mind the collectibles from it, but the process of getting them was just a bit wonky. Didn't need the ring they had in the Forbidden Reach, so I barely visited the zone. Yeah, it was good for like the back half of one season, and then it was like immediately not worth anymore. New PvE feature? Delves. Delves, which I'm very interested to see once we have a look at Alpha. Because... Oh, no, I don't have enough of this. Do we have any more keys to turn in? If we can get 4 more to this guy, we can start the event. Yeah, I'm just interested in how they're different from Sniff and Seeks. Because I think they must be different in some important and notable way, because they're going to have various levels of difficulty and give stronger and stronger gear, but the fact that they mention them being like puzzle based confuses me, because like, are the puzzles harder, or is it just the mob scaling up? I don't know. Yeah, I hope they're fun. I'm gonna try not to judge them too harshly based on my first impression of them, because I know that I tend to hate things the first time. Are delves just elves with a blocked nose? Remember Torghast or Islands? See, those I feel like I enjoyed more than Sniff and Seeks and the Scare Vaults. Torghast in particular I thought was really cool. I spent a lot of time in Torghast. I didn't like it when it was forced for the legendary, but when it was, like a challenge thing for cosmetics and stuff, that was pretty cool. Brady Friend, thank you for the 13-month resub. Team seems to be taking player feedback notes. It's possible the final result will be very different. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how it turns out. Yeah, Withered Army training, I feel like, was fun the first time. Maybe. After that, all kind of fell apart. I did not like grinding it repeatedly. Same thing with Horrific Visions. Kind of cool for the first couple of times, but the replayability on it was terrible because you were doing basically exactly the same thing as you did previously. They tried with Horrific Visions to make it a little bit different with the different like affixes you had to deal with, but in reality they just made it different flavors of annoying. Fell into Visions just for the channel challenge of doing the 5 mask. Oh yeah, both. One thing that they do every expansion lately that I've not enjoyed yet, it must be for somebody because they keep doing it, is these endgame outdoor questing areas that are filled with elites like this. I'm just old-fashioned, but I like dungeons filled with elites where I like know ahead of time I'm gonna grab friends and go in there. I don't think I've ever liked the challenging outdoor areas that are like super dangerous to be in on your own. I just end up getting killed a lot, like, every single time. I guess it's 11:41. I wonder what Moosey's whooping about. They do that for people who don't like dungeons, but the experience lackluster. Yeah, I definitely don't get it, but that's okay. Not everything has to be for me. Feel like I have to play a classic and solo them just to be safe. Lucy's all worked up. I wonder if he's just like super full of energy. We were gonna do like a big walk with him early anyways, so that he's maybe a little bit tired before we go hang out. Did you get the toy from those mobs? Which toy? I feel like probably. But I might have missed a few things. Alright. Oh. There we go. Talisman of Sarka. Let me take a look. Yeah, I have that. Take on the appearance of a random Jordan. Doing big walks daily just to justify all the Easter treats I've consumed. Oh, nice. So we take a weapon from the forge, I'm pretty sure. Should be easy peasy. Okay. So, question is, which Kalashi? Not that. Forging the answer. Any? Is that just like any Jarden? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. Nice. That's easy. I was worried it was going to be complicated because I didn't have I've never done this before, which is why I still need it for the achievement. Little bonus objective. Cloud Hater with a brand new Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Happy Easter to you too. I hope you guys have a delightful day. Good weather for it if you're doing anything outdoors. Supervising egg hunts or participating, whatever it happens to be. Okay. Because yeah, these are just the same guys we've been farming. like how this event gives 10 dragon supplies. I am not shocked that I never did this before. I think if I hadn't checked the achievements, I wouldn't have found any good reason to do it. Did you see new Easter rewards? I saw that there's a new mount for Noble Garden, and then there's going to be April trading post stuff that comes out tomorrow. We all know how hard it is to come by these supplies. Yeah, I shouldn't hate too much. Oh, look at all this. I'm gonna need it for collecting, for buying cosmetics. Got Mog to buy. Oh, he's probably got unending Deathless Rage on. I don't have a Dean Rage, do I? Not that I'm spec'd into anyways. I know that you can spec, yeah, you can get a Pressing Roar to do it, but I'm not spec'd into that. Nice! Couple of achievements there. Thank you so much for helping with that. That was a million times easier than it would have been doing solo. That would have taken ages. Yeah, I'll help with this one. Have you considered the Plunderstorm 1 mil achievement? I don't think it's for me. I enjoyed getting the Renown track done, but I don't think just for a feat of strength. I'm not that strong, and that's okay. Bakar. Oh yeah, the hunts have been popping. I think there's lots of people looking for those companion colors. Alrighty, thanks guys. I'm going to this character. I'm gonna go maybe park over here. The outcasts begin their siege soon, but I'm actually not gonna be there that long because I'm gonna have to go start lunch and get on with the rest of my day. Thanks for the invite. Thanks for helping out. If there was a title? Yeah, I don't know. I'm hit and miss with titles. I don't have them all. I have some of them. Oh. Oops. I was not paying enough attention. Oh, happens to the best of us. And I'm not the best of us. Finally got and completed the Lego last night. Congratulations. So that makes this look a lot more reasonable. Plus it's for an Audic. So I need to find 3 Jarden tablets during the siege and then also feed a bunch of snacks to beef. Or for 5 of 20 for feeding beef snacks. I've auto-walked off of cliffs and WoW. Understandable. Totally missed what happened. I think that the Jarden shot me off my mount. I was in another world. I was not paying attention. I had that coming. So I guess the move is to take this character and just park her over by the... Oh, hi, kitty cat. Park her over by the starting point for it. With both of those achievements tracked. And maybe... for this one, get myself some waypoints in advance just for next time. So if I was looking up Chiseled Record is the name of the achievement, or it's part of the name of the achievement. Siege on Dragonbane Keep Chiseled Record. And there are a set of waypoints. Copy, TomTom paste. Turn TomTom back on. How did I thought I had it on. Oh well. Came with details and where exactly the 3 of them are. Inside hut, left side at the back. Outside the hut, on the right side. Easy. Nice. /GT text. Perfect. Okay, so next time that the siege is up and we're like up in there, I'll make sure I go loot those. I'm surprised I didn't have any of them, but I guess I wasn't really hunting achievements before. Do it now. Not gaslighting you to miss lunch. Unfortunately, I had a reasonably healthy breakfast. Reasonably. Let's not get carried away. So I'm starving. I'm like really hungry. I don't think I'm gonna stay late today. I don't even know if we can make it to noon, and that's only 9 minutes away. We had such lovely progress today, though. We got all the treasure hunting achievements finished. We got the Azure Span storm chasing done. We got the rest of the Obsidian Citadel stuff cleaned up. That's a huge relief. Oh, kitty cat. I can't believe this is the last stream of the week. I feel like this week's streams went so fast. Was this my first week back from vacation or my second week? I don't remember. It's only been 1 week of Plunderstorm, right? No, has it been 2 weeks? It might have been 2 weeks. Time means nothing. Noble Garden starts tomorrow, so that'll be kind of exciting. I'll be streaming again on Wednesday. Somebody collects a lot of T-Mog. Do you find it hard to keep doing it? Knowing next deck's back, you can collect all armor types. Because of that, I have stopped farming T-Mog until next deck's pack. I'm finding 1,000,001 other things to do to keep me busy in the meantime because I don't have the heart to go run raids for transmog, knowing that I can learn more of it later. And I'm not willing to like hoard it until such a time as it counts. So I'm just taking a big old break from it. Yeah, new map from Noble Garden, exactly. Get a weekend now. I do love a weekend. I'm really hoping that I can sleep in on one of these days because just through unfortunate circumstances, there was the last time I tried to sleep in a couple days in a row, there was like some neighborly noise at like 6 in the morning a couple days running. Oh man. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Happy Easter. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday weekend. I'll be back on Wednesday. Appreciate you guys and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.